The first Christians were people whose lives were always on the line. History tells us most of Jesus' 12 disciples died horrible deaths because of their faith. Andrew was crucified. Thomas was stabbed with a spear. Matthew was impaled with a sword. And Simon Peter is said to have been crucified upside down. These men were martyrs. What does it mean to be a martyr?
The way that I was raised and what I was told that martyrdom is dying for the faith, dying for Christ, not dying in vain.
A martyr is a person who is killed because of their religious or other beliefs. When was the last time your life was in danger because of your faith? In the Western world, martyrdom is usually something associated with the medieval era or something that happens to Christians in the Middle East on the news. Martyrdom rarely happens to someone we know. It's not something most Christians in the West give much thought to. Yet, in some places, and at some times, being a Christian martyr was and is commonplace. Jesus even said, "Then you will be arrested and persecuted and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers." Martyrdom was, and according to Jesus, is supposed to be part of the Christian experience. Then why is it martyrdom is so absent from the lives of so many Christians? Or is it? Being a martyr means being willing to sacrifice your most valuable asset, your life. Thank God we might not be called to lay down our lives for Christ, but as Christians we are asked to sacrifice for Him, even up to the point of dying for our faith. We are heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in His sufferings in order that we may also share in His glory. We may not be called to be martyrs, but we are called to sacrifice for Jesus. So what have you sacrificed for Christ?
Honestly, not enough. I think we're very quick to talk, but when it comes down to it, it's hard, especially as humans and sinners, it's hard for us to really say, yeah, I'll give it up all for Christ. And it's something that I know I need to continue working on.
Some things that I've kind of given up is wanting to do things my way and wanting to follow my own will, but the will of Christ and whatever. For example, like I don't try to watch movies anymore that have nothing to do with Christ. And I was a movie buff and I know a lot about movies or whatever, but I kind of try to focus on reading His Word and words of inspiration or whatnot. So that's something I've given up.
In our relatively wealthy lives, we've avoided poverty, imprisonment, persecutions, and martyrdom that characterized what it meant to be Christian for so many thousands of years. Instead of praying to overcome the evils of persecution, we often pray for blessings like a new car, health, a new job, rent money, and the strength to overcome our shortcomings. God sacrificed everything when He died on the cross for our salvation. But what have we sacrificed for Him? Whatever you're called to do, no matter what trials and tribulations you face, do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you, the devil will put some of you in prison to test you. Be faithful, even to the point of death, and I will give you life as your victor's crown.